important because in everyday life you use adjective even without even knowing them. Adjectives are like color, like life for our language. They give life to our language, they give color to our language, they make it more beautiful, they enhance it, and they make it effective. Adjectives have many purposes other than decorating the language, other than making it more attractive for the listeners. They have many more functions in the language itself. Adjectives can be used to compare two things. Adjectives can be used to describe things. And the most important point is that adjectives add to the meaning of the word they modify. They give you important information about it. If, for example, I tell someone to bring my car, he goes to the parking lot, there are so many cars. He comes back confused, which car is yours? Because I haven't given him any additional information. So I tell him, go and bring Honda. Now he goes to the parking lot and he finds many Honda cars in the parking lot. So he comes back again. So I tell him to bring blue Honda. Now I have given him additional information about the car, Honda, its name, which functions as an adjective, as an additional information, and its color is blue. Now it becomes easier for the person to identify my car. So, what are adjectives? Now, another important question is that students often confuse between adjectives and adverbs. Simplest trick is that if you look at an adverb, this is how we spell it. Now, part of the word says verb. So you should quickly know that an adverb always deals with a verb or action word most of the time. Because verb is part of this name. So this is the easiest way to remember to differentiate between adverb and adjective. So adjective somehow would be the opposite of adverb. Now adjective is a modifying word, just like an adverb. But it modifies a noun or a pronoun. It adds to the information of a noun or a pronoun, or it can be another adjective as well. You can use adjective before another adjective as well. So it describes or modifies or adds to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. Now look at this example. John is hungry. Now you see that in this sentence, John is my noun because it names a person, so it is a noun. And hungry is a word which gives you additional information about this noun, John. John is hungry. So hungry is a word which you can say is an adjective because it is describing the noun John. Look at this example. He seems happy. Now, he is a pronoun and happy is a word which is describing it. He seems happy. He seems sad. He is intelligent. So, happy is adding to the meaning of a pronoun. Therefore, happy is an adjective. Look at this sentence. He is a nasty boy. In this example, nasty is a word which is modifying the noun boy. It is giving you additional information about the noun boy. So, nasty here is adjective. And the point to note here in this sentence is that the adjective appears before the noun it modifies. So, in terms of position of adjective in a sentence, you can see that I have placed the adjective just immediately before the noun it modifies. Look at this example. The man in blue shirt is my boss. Now, in blue shirt is a phrase. It's a group of words, and this phrase is actually giving you additional information about this subject, this noun, man. So, what kind of man? Which man we are talking about? We are talking about the man who is wearing blue shirt. In blue shirt is a phrase which is modifying the noun man. But point to note here is that this phrase occurs after the noun it modifies. So adjectives can take a position before the noun they modify, or they can take post position after the noun they modify. If adjective is used before the noun it modifies, we call it attributive adjective. Now, nasty in this sentence has been used attributively. But in this case, in blue shirt is a phrase which functions as a noun, and it has been used after the noun it modifies, so we call it predicate. So this is a predicate example of a predicate adjective because it takes the place after the noun it modifies. Now, with regard to adjectives, you need to remember a few more points. Now look at this kind of picture. I have tried to draw it in the best possible way, even though my drawing is not that good. Now there is a person and I have named him Mr. A. And I say Mr. A is tall. Tall is an adjective. Meanwhile, he is joined by Mr. B, who appears to be taller than Mr. A. Now you see, I have used a different degree of adjective for Mr. B because his height is more than Mr. A. Therefore, I have used a different degree for him. Mr. A is tall, but Mr. B is taller than Mr. A. Now, meanwhile, they are joined by one more person, Mr. C. And Mr. C, you can see that he is the tallest of all. Yet another degree of adjective. So, Mr. A is tall. We are just describing Mr. A. We are not comparing it at this point. Therefore, I am using tall, and tall is the positive degree of adjective. Positive degree of adjective is used just to describe a noun or a pronoun. But when there are two things or two persons and we compare them, so we use taller, which is comparative degree. So comparative degree is used to compare two things or two people. So Mr. A is tall, but Mr. B is taller than Mr. A. And important point to be noted here is that I have used word than for comparative degree. So when you draw comparison between two things, you use than, a preposition, to make the comparison. Now Mr. C is tallest of all, and tallest is called the superlative degree of adjective. Superlative degree is used when you are comparing one with all of them, with the rest of them, many of them. So when you are comparing one with many, you use superlative degree, and normally the superlative degree is accompanied by an article, a definite article. So you use definite article the with the superlative degree of an adjective. So he is the tallest. This is the best book I have ever read. Now, adjectives have many types, different kinds, and one by one we look into the most important ones. Now, adjectives mainly can be categorized into two: descriptive adjectives and limiting adjectives. Descriptive, as the name suggests, they describe, and these descriptive adjectives can further be attributive or predicative. If the adjective which modifies a noun occurs before the noun it modifies, it is attributive adjective because we have used it attributively with regard to its position in the sentence. And if the adjective used modifies the noun and it is used after the noun it modifies, then we call it predicate because it becomes part of the predicate. Limiting adjectives are those which limit the noun or pronoun in some way. For example, articles, definite articles, indefinite articles can be used as adjective. Possessive, you know, is one of the types of pronouns. Personal pronouns, one of the cases of personal pronouns, possessive adjective. For example, this is my book. So, my is a personal pronoun which is functioning in a dual way in this sentence. For example, when I say my book, it expresses the ownership of the book. It tells you who owns the book. So, my book means it belongs to me. And again, my also modifies the noun book. So, this dual function, because of this dual function, we call it possessive adjective. Then demonstrative. Demonstratives, you know, this, that, these and those. These demonstrative pronouns can be used adjective. For example, this book belongs to me. So this book means that this is adding to the information, adding to the meaning of the noun. Which book we are talking about? This book, not that book. Similarly, indefinite adjectives, indefinite pronouns can be used as adjectives. Interrogative adjectives, interrogative pronouns can be used as interrogative adjectives. They can modify a noun. Cardinal and ordinal numbers, you know, 1, 2, 3, similarly, first, second, third, they can be used as adjective. For example, the second boy in the first row is my friend. So, first and second, both numbers are modifying the nouns boy and row, therefore functioning as an adjective. Similarly, proper adjectives. What are proper adjectives? They are also called adjectives of origin. If you are born in Pakistan, you are a Pakistani. So, Pakistan is a noun which shows the origin of that person. So, Pakistani becomes a proper adjective. Similarly, French is proper adjective. Then the last one, nouns can be used as adjectives sometimes. For example, John is my history teacher. Now, history is a noun, and here I have used this as an adjective because it is modifying the noun teacher. My maths teacher is quite young. So, maths, short for mathematics, is a noun and functioning as an adjective in this sentence. So, these are the common types or kinds of adjectives which you must know. There are more to adjectives other than this. There are certain rules, especially from ETA point of view. for students who are going to appear in competitive examinations for medical colleges and universities. And for those students, look for part B, part 2 of this lecture, because in that lecture I am going to discuss certain rules which will help you prepare for your competitive exams. Now, there is a cloud here and I have put a question mark here. What does it mean? Question mark means that there are certain adjectives which can be quite tricky and you may get confused when you go through a sentence. While identifying a word, you can mistake it as an adverb, but it actually is adjective. Before that, you need to remember that most of the adjectives, how do we make them? How do we form an adjective? Basically, when we talk about different degrees of adjectives, you can see in case of tall, we have added er as suffix to change this positive to comparative degree, and further est to change it to superlative degree. This is how we change adjectives degrees in many ways, but this is only for adjectives which are called regular adjectives. If you come across an adjective which has 3 or more syllables in it, we do not add er or est to change their degree from comparative to superlative. We normally use words more and most. For example, beautiful. Now, the adjective beautiful has more than 3 syllables in it. So, we do not say beautifuler and beautifulest. That would be incorrect. There are no words like beautifuler and beautifulest. What we do is we add more to make its comparative degree, like more beautiful, and most beautiful to make its superlative. Sometimes certain adverbs, because adverbs are made from adjectives normally by adding suffix ly. For example, smart, smartly, skillful, skillfully. But sometimes there are words which end on ly, but they are actually adjectives. For example, cowardly. Now, most people think that cowardly is an adverb, which is incorrect. Cowardly actually is an adjective. So, there is a long list of such adjectives. In next lecture, I'll try to give that list to you so that you can easily remember and use them in your everyday life, so that you are not confused anymore about them. Do wait for part 2 of this lecture, because we are going to discuss very important rules. See you